Hello and welcome back to the second half of Community Connection. I'm your host, Melissa Cohn, and today we are sitting down with the Michigan State Housing Development Authority, MSHDA, and we're going to kind of switch over right now and talk about home ownership. So on this half, Wes, let's start out with you. And I guess for homeowners who are having difficulties with their current payment and their mortgage, what are some of the options that they have to help?
Well, the first thing is that there's a list of counselors available to them on the MSHDA website.
Okay.
So they can always call a counselor and get some advice and kind of get pointed in the right direction. But really they need to determine if they want to stay in the house or sell the home.
Okay.
If they want to sell the home, the best option is the short sale. And that's where you would list your home with the real estate agent. And once you find a buyer, then you would submit that offer over to the bank.
Okay.
And that offer is typically at the current market value. And when you're selling on a short sale, you owe more than the current market value. So you're asking the lender to forgive the difference.
Okay.
Okay. That allows people a graceful exit from their home.
Sure.
If they want to stay in their home, then really they're looking at loan modifications or some other type of assistance. The loan modifications where they would contact their lender and hopefully they would modify the terms of the loan and work with the homeowner.
Okay.
But the state and MSHDA, they have some very attractive programs where there's some other assistance available to people who want to stay in their home.
Okay. Okay, good to know. I know I hear a lot about short sales nowadays and people just aren't familiar with what it is and about the, asking their lender for their forgiveness and can we just leave. So
yeah, the thing with short sales that people need to be aware of is that there's a certain process that needs to be followed.
Okay.
And so if it's not followed properly, they could end up, it could take too long. And you hear stories about how long short sales take.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of times that's not because the lender's not willing to cooperate. It's because the documents aren't being submitted properly.
Oh,
so
okay.
if someone is considering selling, in my opinion, that's not the time to use your friend or a neighbor who's a real estate agent. It's time to use a real estate agent who knows how to work with the bank on the short sale process.
Okay.
Because time is of the essence on a short sale.
Absolutely. Okay, well, Eric, let's talk a little bit about the homeownership counseling programs.
Sure. MSHDA oversees a network of homeownership counseling agencies throughout the state. They do homebuyer education for down payment assistance. One of the things they're busiest with right now is foreclosure prevention and counseling.
Sure.
It's an obvious problem in the state. If anybody is struggling with their mortgage payments, they can go to our counseling agencies. It's on our website. And they can get free foreclosure prevention counseling. That's the key thing for them to remember with our counseling agencies out there right now. Free help is available if they're struggling with their mortgage payments.
Okay. Well, let me ask, what comes with the free help? Like counseling, is it literally, can you walk me through maybe a scenario?
I can't walk you through the specifics of it,
okay.
But the counselors will meet with you. They will take a hardship application. The thing to know and remember is with these counseling agencies that they're really industry experts at knowing about what banks are doing modifications, what the process is, and really work you through every option that might be available that you might need. So that they're really good at what they do, and each case is different, but they usually, like I said, know exactly what to do and when to do it.
And these counselors, they're experienced with the hardest hit? Is that
Absolutely.
With the hardest hit program?
Right, they sure are.
Yeah. Okay, and that's the program we wanted to definitely talk about on this half. What is it and who takes advantage of it and what are the advantages?
Right. Well, the Hardest Hit Fund was created February last year by President Obama. They set aside funds for states who were hardest hit by the housing crisis that we're in right now. MSHDA got just under $500 million of funding, and we set up 3 different programs. One program is the unemployment subsidy. The unemployment subsidy is for people who might have an unemployed family member that's on the note or mortgage.
Okay.
We can give them up to $3,000 to bring their mortgage current and up to $750 or half their mortgage payment per month to actually subsidize their mortgage payment, and that can last for up to 12 months.
Wow.
So there's a great benefit there for people who are unemployed. We have a loan rescue program that was set up. The loan rescue program, if there's been a one-time setback in a family's history and they're back up on their feet now, we can give them up to $5,000 to bring their mortgage current.
Wow.
So there's quite a bit of money available there. We also have a principal curtailment program that's out there where there's a severe negative equity position, which means someone's upside down on their mortgage.
Okay.
MSHDA will give them up to $10,000 to reduce their principal balance. We ask that the lender contribute dollar for dollar what MSHDA does. So
Okay.
up to $20,000 could be available to reduce your principal balance. And then a modification would be done afterwards where maybe a more sustainable payment was achieved on that mortgage.
Wow, these
Yeah.
programs are amazing to hear about.
They are. We've been very busy with it. We've
As-
been actively working with all the servicers throughout the state to get them signed up using the program.
Sure.
We've recently put out an online portal for individuals to apply online for these funds.
Okay.
Previously, and actually right now we're still having the servicers do some of the paperwork, and they will continue to do that, some servicers. But we have set up a website for people as of yesterday to take advantage of the program.
Okay.
And
This is-
the website is stepforwardmichigan.org.
Okay.
Stepforwardmichigan.org. People can go online. It has a list of participating lenders. There's a tutorial up there with information on it and the process that's involved for taking advantage of the funds that are set up.
Okay. Can people also get all of this information through the Michigan.gov, the MSHDA?
Right, yeah.
Okay, so that website.
Yeah, the MSHDA website has a wealth of information on the program. I'm sure there's a link to stepforwardmichigan.org. That website, as I said, was just put up yesterday.
Right.
And there's a lot of information out there now on the programs and how to take advantage of it.
Okay. Donna, let me ask about refinancing. People currently, they want to refinance on their home. Now, is it, you find it happening? Is it something that's...
It's not as often as it was in the past, because a lot of people owe more on their home than what it's worth. And they should, if they're having difficulties with refinancing and doing that, they should contact their current mortgage holder, whoever they're making their payments to, and see if there's something they could do to help, because there are programs available to refinance for less.
For less.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then Wes, for options to sell, short sale,
Right.
is it?
Yeah, and a lot of times people may want to stay in their home. They may go through all the different options and realize that selling is the best option or the only option. And at that point, to start the short sale process, the first thing they need to do is contact a real estate agent who's familiar with short sales,
Right.
and get the home on the market.
Okay. Do you find that, I mean, I don't know, silly question, how much has that increased that you find the short sales as opposed to?
Well, there's short sales. There's a lot of short sales on the market.
Right.
A lot, and a lot are coming up every day.
Okay.
So I don't,
So it's,
until the values completely rebound, we'll see a lot of it.
okay.
It's an option to, instead of going
And
into foreclosure.
The one thing
basically.
too is
Right.
whether you're doing modification, short sale, you do need to be aware of the scams out there.
Yep, I was just going to ask about that real
right.
quick. Can you?
And
just-
what is the website for that? I think it's
Yeah, a good website to go to, MSHDA has on a link on their website, preventloanscams.org.
Okay, and this is for loan, they're calling it loan modification scams?
Right. The basic thing to remember with the loan modification scams is the FTC came up with a ruling where you shouldn't be paying money for services that you haven't received yet. So if anybody asks for money up front for loan modification help,
Okay.
that's the key
Okay.
to kind of say that it could be a scam.
Okay. Do you hear about that often?
It's kind of up in the news. We hear a
Mhm.
lot
It
about
is.
of things like that. You know, predators always seem to come out where there's issues
Right.
out there to take advantage of people who really can't afford to
Okay.
give. Yeah.
Okay, real quick, is there anything we may not have touched on, and we just have another minute, that you might want to just reiterate? Or, I mean, the state is doing so much, and I hope that these, shows like this can help increase the awareness.
Right. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, if people are interested in these programs, I think the best thing to do is to go to the MSHDA website, and whether it's if you're struggling homeowner, look at the counselors. If you're looking to purchase a home, find a participating lender. But I think
Okay.
that's
MSHDA is your key source, it sounds like.
Well, it is.
For at least, familiarizing yourself with the programs.
Right, and the thing to remember too is that we're out there to help people get into houses that can. We want to help them maintain their home if it's a possibility through the programs that we have. There are a lot of issues with the housing market right now. It's a great time to buy though too,
Mm-hmm.
so that's something to keep in mind. And we do have a lot of resources at our website that should be able to help people that might need it.
Okay, wonderful. All right, well, great, another wonderful show. Thank you all for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, I would like to thank Mishta, Visible Homes, and Amira Mortgage for joining me on this episode of Community Connection. This information is always important. Again, if you would like to go to the Mishta website, it's michigan.gov/MSHDA. And if you know of an organization that would like to be featured on the show, you can call the SWAC office at 248-473-2800 or visit us on the web, www.swacstudios.com, for programs and schedules. Again, I'm Melissa Cohn. Thanks for watching.